Okay, one more. Test, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Let's try this one more time. Hello, all, and welcome back to Close the Open Eye. It's been some time since we last talked. Spring break has come and gone, and along with it came the very odd healing process. I spent about 90% of my break here in Austin recovering from last episode's climax. For those who weren't able to catch it, you can find the recording on YouTube, which is linked under each day's playlist. But since you obviously don't have the time to watch it now, I'll give you a sort of rundown. Put simply, I was trying to show you all a recording of Squad Zero, a group of corpses reanimated by an international organization known as the Exodus Initiative, meant to stop the open eye. This recording involved them breaking into an open eye compound in Mexico and taking care of all issues within. Now, as for now, and I hate to say this, their story is a tale for another day. The recording was very corrupted, and I had to salvage what I could. So hopefully in the future I can commit to recreating it and making it with better resources. Because what happened in the middle of today, or that day, is a bit more important. As I listened to the recording, it dropped out, just completely crashed, along with my computer and plenty of the station's equipment. I grabbed my trusty crowbar that I've made sure to mention every show, and for those who care, yes, I still do have it in the booth. And I prepped for the worst. And the worst came. The door was kicked open, and I faced someone I never thought I would. In front of me stood Katham, the ever-living leader of the Open Eye. I now knew what Selleck meant when he said Katham looked like someone put his head in a waffle maker. His face was full of scars, burns, all the like. He had these two beady brown eyes. He was almost more animal than human, the way he kind of composed himself. I didn't get much more than that before he shot me. I tried to persuade him not to, but I'm sure you all realize that failed. 2 bullets found themselves right in my frontal lobe, and Katham destroyed all of the equipment he could before leaving you all with the final message. Honestly, I'll give him credit. It was scary. He used AI technology to mimic my voice and made me say to not dig further into them, aka the open eye. Little did he know, I came back. And only a few minutes after he left, too. Funny how the world works. Oh, yeah, I'm alive. I mean, obviously, but I suppose it's only fair to tell you all what happened. So, compared to the last death I had, getting shot is a lot different than getting beat to death. Getting beat is a much more visceral feeling. It felt like everything in my body just went out with each hit, and then I was gone. But getting shot, it was so much different. It felt both instantaneous and slow. I mean, getting shot was quick itself. I couldn't really feel it, mostly because a good chunk of my nerves were blown away by the bullets themselves, but after that, it was slow, almost like sleep paralysis. I couldn't move, I couldn't speak, I couldn't breathe. But my eyes were still open and I could still barely process what was happening. But eventually everything started to go out. It's almost similar to how in horror movies they have a long hallway with lights, and one by one the lights go out. The darkness getting closer and closer, and then nothing. For the second time in my life, or lack thereof, I felt the void. the lifeless cold. I looked around, realizing what had happened. I panicked again, but this time it was different. I wasn't scared of death. I was scared of permanent death. I was scared of my judgment finally coming. And eventually it did. Out of nowhere, I felt the presence again. The eye was looking down at me. It was horrifying. My throat went dry and my body froze. For ever, I guess, ever since this started, I tried to think of questions I would ask or things if I would say if I ever saw it again. But I couldn't. I floated there, staring. A million questions flowed through my mind, but after a few more seconds, I finally was able to just groan one out. The silence of the void suddenly shattered as my voice echoed straight into the eye's pupil. What are you? While it didn't move, I could tell it understood what I asked. I could sense a sort of indifferent smile from its presence. Then once more, as my voice faded, the silence broke. This time, the ever familiar chorus of souls erupted, blasting my ethereal form back. I covered my ears as best I could, but the voices still slithered right in. I am Zobram. I am sight and truth incarnate. I am perception. I am reality. I am judgment. I am all. I looked back up, taking my hands off my ears. It looked back at me, unblinking. What is your goal? It didn't speak for a bit, and I was worried I'd pushed too far. My goal is to share the ultimate truth. Once that is done, my goal is achieved, and my purpose fulfilled. And what is the ultimate truth? Once again, silence. Then, it spoke. It told me the ultimate truth. And frankly, it was right. It was a truth. One that everyone needs to accept. But not one that everyone needs to know. Not one that people should be forced to face. Which is why I'm not telling you it now. I don't mean to blue ball you in that sense, but I'm going to spare you the existential dread I've felt ever since this happened. I asked a few more questions regarding its truth, and it answered honestly, which surprised me. I didn't think a god would be so open about itself and its purpose. But eventually, the part I dreaded most came about. The judgment. It is time. Zopram spoke, and the orange beam came down on me once more. The pleasure and pain of all my actions came over me again, and then, much quicker than before, it was gone. You have withstood many more obstacles since you were last judged. Yet, you remain innocuous, resistant to judgment. I could sense a twinge of frustration in the voices. The eye stared down at me. You will be judged once more. Soon. Prepare. And like that, I was launched back into my body. No personal drama, no inner growth. It felt a little disappointing in a way. Now, I don't know how soon is, but if I die at all, it'll be far too soon. That being said, we have another issue at hand. My third coming aside, there's been a few anomalies reported across Austin. People have been experiencing increased amounts of deja vu, feeling as if they've done something before. And I know what they mean. I feel like I've written this script a couple 100 times. And I don't just mean rewrites. But we'll get into that after this. Coming up next is Heaven, here on KVRX FM, HD1 and HD2. This is DJ Generic, and I don't just mean rewrites. But we'll get into that after this. Coming up next is Heaven, here on KVRX 91.7 FM, HD1 and HD2. This is DJ Generic, and something is up.
Got a couple of friends to help me clean up the place. Put up a new coat of paint, change the name on my mailbox. I think I'll throw away my suitcase. Are you still doing the things you used to do? Living day by day. Still coming around knocking on my back door, trying to get a hit. Waking me up at 3:45. Heaven is a place I know. You don't need a ride to go. Heaven is a place I know, a place I know. You don't need a ride to go. Open the door, man. Come on in. Close the door behind you. Tell me now, what's on your mind? Whatever it is, please, 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 don't waste my time. You say you want to find your own spot. You're tired of looking around and that's just what you got. I got a friend at the bank. I can drop you off. Just ask for Hank. Heaven is a place I know. You don't need a ride to go. Heaven is a place I know. You don't need a ride to go. gotta be one homie. I used to feel pale in the face if you left me for a day. If I want you to stay, it's gotta be okay to be away from you. There's no excuse, but I'll miss you even when we're in the same room. And now I love alone time as much as I love you. Give me your love, but save some for yourself. Give me your love, but give me just enough. Don't wanna waste that time being the only thing on each other's mind. I can't breathe without you, baby. The ones that say about me. If you're packed in all the cracks in my heart, then what feels that if you leave? You know that I love you, baby. Don't take it personally. But you can't be my other half. I gotta be one homie. Na, 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 na. But you can't be my other half. I gotta be one homie. Na, 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 na.
You just finished listening to One Whole Me by Dev Lemons. Welcome back to Close the Open Eye. I'm DJ Generic. Now, I mentioned some especially odd stuff earlier, but, I mean, the open eye is odd, but this is weird, even for them. But if I'm right, then we might all be screwed. Might. But this is from what I found and read on, it's possible that the open eye is messing with temporal magic. This is essentially time magic. See, I found it. It's easier to just show you. Give me 1 second. Here we go.
Experiment log. 15F. This test ended quite well compared to the last. It seems as if we're making great progress. Apostle Grendon will in fact be missed, but studying his remains has given us far more information than we could ever want. It seems that we must not focus on changing the time in front of us, but on the time around us. We must not open a portal, but instead form a barrier around us as we rewind everything else. It would be a hard task, but seeing as we now have a new method to go about, we've made leaps and bounds in the direction of success. Should we find ourselves far back enough, it's possible we will finally all have an audience with Zopram. I'm sure our magnificent leader will be quite impressed. Following our many, many failures, this is a quite needed win. We've made preparations to begin our experiments with this new methodology, though I worry this will eventually cause anomalies in time. Stutters, if you will. But all the time in the world is worth sacrificing in order to meet Zopram.
Now, if I'm correct, that recording should be from about 2 months ago. So I believe it's safe to assume that in 2 months, they've developed the technology and magic in order to travel time. Or at least a rudimentary form of doing so. But even if it's just rewinding back a few seconds, that's not good. Especially if they're getting better at it. I mean, think about how much can happen in a few seconds. How many things can be changed in a few seconds? As mundane and insane as it may seem, it's still extremely dangerous. I mean, seriously, we could have done this already and wouldn't be any the wiser. But I do have a way to take care of this. Sort of. It's quite unorthodox, but it should work. The issue with this show and with me is that I am one guy. And even if I knew all the secrets and I had all the tech, all the money, I'm one guy facing up against tens, if not hundreds of people on this time travel team for the Open Eye. This isn't a permanent solution. As of now, I can't really give permanent solutions. I'm kind of, I hate to say it, but at the whim of the Open Eye at times. Now, that's not to say that I'm giving up and I'm just succumbing to it. I'm damn well gonna try. But I do need you to know that if I am not able to stop this rewinding and cutting back of time, I'm sorry. I am. But put simply, I gotta do what they did and just go back and stop the research team who started this project. Maybe give a vague threat mentioning Zoprom or something. Maybe wave around a crowbar and hope they listen. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out as I go. But their method is already a great help. They already have small temporal spells, so I'm assuming that in combination, I can make this work. So this might mess up some things, but here we go. I made sure to envelop myself and the entirety of myself, making me my own sort of time bubble. So I'm going to go back to around when they were developing this stuff and get rid of their research or something. I've already got my sigils laid out. I've already got my last will written in case this goes wrong and I get stuck in the Cretaceous period. I'll be okay. 3, 2. Oh, wait. Oh, I cannot leave this timeline without doing my basic station duties. God forbid I leave you guys with not only dead air, but with, no, you guys have to listen to our underwriting. It's pretty basic, it's basic etiquette. KVRX, in accordance with federal law and FCC regulations, confines the broadcast of indecent materials between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. Listeners and children are advised to tune out during this time. Enjoy these real quick.
Hi, my name's Nico Rubio, and you're listening to KVRX Radio. Woo!
Support for this program comes from Hunt-A-Killer, the makers of murder mystery games which immerse players into the game's storylines to become the detectives. Each box has realistic clues, police reports, and puzzles to crack the case during game nights with friends. Information about over 30 different mystery experiences available at huntakiller.com, and more about Hunt-A-Killer's Murder Mystery Party Week at thedailytexan.com/mystery.
Hi, it's DJ Peach. I've got a little poem for you. Roses are red, violets are blue. Tune into Stanza Break. I'll be reading poems and playing music too. Listen to Stanza Break every Tuesday from 1 to 2 a.m. on KVRX 91.7 FM in Austin. Join me for an ode to music and life. It's better with you.
So sorry about that. I would not be able to forgive myself if I left someone with the duty of filling up Otto. But okay. 3, 2, 1. Optum, Lotte, Julianus, Kill. Hello, all, and welcome back to Close the Open Eye. It's been some time since we last talked. Spring break has come and gone, and along with it came the healing process. I spent about 90% of my break here in Austin, recovering from last episode's climax. For those who weren't able to catch it, you could... Wait, what? I swear I just did this. That was easily like 30 minutes of time, though. They're bringing it back farther. Crap. Okay, this might not make sense, but the Open Eye is reversing time in order to meet Zoprom, their god, which I also met again after I died. Okay, point is, you need to. There's a lot to cover. So, the Exodus Initiative. Think of them as a reverse Illuminati, formed for the betterment of the world, at any cost. But there was an underlying purpose as well. The Open Eye had still been wrecking stuff up, as per usual, but they had bashed in a few too. What the. Wait. No. No, something's wrong. I feel like I've done this before. Wait. Wait, they have time manipulation. Crap. Optum, Lotte, Julian. Further I look, the worse it gets. Frankly, a hand in every pocket, and an arm around every shoulder. No! It's getting worse every time! This is episode 1. It's been... That was months ago! The jumps are getting longer. Optum looked, drag them out of the sea of their own blood, before they get eaten by whatever's down there. It's not only the least we can do, it's all we can do. So I think I'm gonna go do that. I'm DJ Generic for Morning Glories. Wait. Morning Glories? This is October. This is not the callback I was planning for. Optum, look. Where am I? It's daytime. I must not have been at KVRX yet. Wait, something's wrong. They're not rewinding anymore. Ooh. What the hell's going on? Hello?
Hello there, DJ Generic. It's good to finally meet you. I apologize for the issues.
What's going on? I don't
I was about to say that I'm sure you have plenty of questions, but I suppose it's better that I introduce myself. My name is Lorelei. I'm a friend of a friend, in a way. And don't worry about the microphone. We've shut the Open Eye out of this channel for now.
How did you... What's going on?
It's for the best that you don't learn everything just yet. But just know that I've had the honor of meeting a few of the people you've talked about on your show. Speaking of your show, that's why I'm here. Well, I suppose it's the reason why you are here. But in all seriousness, I'm here to give you this. It has a few things that will help you along the way. I'd recommend hiding it in a safe place, though.
What's in here? This thing is...
That's for you to find out. You're quite good at digging, so why stop now?
I just... Who are you? How can I find you? I need more help.
Well, if you must know, I'm sure in your time I'm living with children and grandchildren somewhere nice and warm. Though if you find me, I doubt I'll have much to say. Just consider me a visitor. I just won't visit often.
My time? What year?
It's 1972. You're about 50 years ahead of me. I hope the future is nice. Is it?
I mean, I'm here, right?
I guess you are. Well, good luck. You'll most certainly need it. We all will. Thank you for your time, DJ Generic. And don't worry about this time, Razmataz. We'll handle it. Your incantations certainly helped, though. We had little to no clue what we were doing until we heard you.
I guess I'm glad I could be of help.
Yes, you've been quite the help. We've been listening, learning, and hopefully we can help just a bit more than this in the future. Until then, goodbye.
Wait, no, I need to ask more! What day is it? Okay. We're back, I guess. I don't understand. I don't understand any of this. doesn't make sense. Why is everything fixed? Why? That was one of my biggest leads yet, too. Lorelei. She said she wouldn't have much to say, but maybe not much is better than nothing, right? I'll track her down and update you all. I need to take a breather. I feel sick. I'm just frustrated. I was right there.
White superstar running out of mileage. Can't sleep 2 a.m. I don't really mind it. Ring, ring, pick it up. I could be a sidekick. Fake smile, run it back. Guess I never tried it. OC, double dose off the psilocybin. Ring, ring, pick it up. I could be a sidekick.
All dressed up, nowhere to be ever. I get rot, let's do it together.
Hey, what's up?
Voicemail, think you're so clever. Shut up, come on. Black dogs, white socks, 2013 cliche. I'm bored, Oxcord, let me be the DJ. We're so right about everything that we say. We're so cool. And I've been eating toothpaste, cause you give me toothaches. And this could go 2 ways now. I think you drank my Kool-Aid, and I've been up for 2 days. Why are the things that you say always in my mouth?
Worldwide superstar running out of mileage. Can't sleep 2 a.m. I don't really mind it. Ring, ring, pick it up. I could be a sidekick. Fake smile, run it back. Guess I never tried it. OC, double dose off the psilocybin. Ring, ring, pick it up. I could be a sidekick.
These flowers, I wish they never bloomed. You spearheaded my heart, you spun me in a typhoon. And I feel you're a tempest, howling gales in my sails. In the veil of exhales, you pin me down like an acid.
I know you're probably watching, I know you're on me, so stop it. Vein popping on my forehead, I'm red, anger knocking at the door, my core shook. Look, I knew you understood, foot by foot, bunny hopping left and right, so I'll recite the depths of those nights sobbing. Funny you let me shopping and copping, new insides throbbing in the butcher aisle, and now I'm feeling sore. Beat this dead horse, let my voice course in my mind at war. From morning, of course, drinking sauce, will skilled every hour, didn't get a warning, surprise, I had the power to devour your coward lies. The louder she got, the more every doubt multiplied. A flower of remorse and regret, a threat that blossomed to a virus that spreads. I wish these flowers never bloomed, inhaling in your fumes. I was breathing in your doom and on the roofs of your roses I consume.
These flowers, I wish they never bloomed. You spearheaded my heart, you spun me in a typhoon. And I feel you're a tempest, howling gales in my sails. In the veil of exhales, you pin me down like an acid.
A crushing feeling, asphyxiation of all of you. I can't help but deny it, and honestly, I'm feeling blue. If only we didn't meet, then maybe we wouldn't bloom. Don't be sorry, don't apologize for what you do. And every time you left, I felt I got a little stronger. But every time it happened, you were gone for so much longer. I'll spread my wings and fly away. Please don't try to make me stay. I'm not having all this garbage, so just get away. Every time we said we try, it ends and said goodbyes. I'm not really feeling this, we're just wasting time. Yeah, you're stuck in my mind, but I'll forget you soon enough and lose the will to cry. Travel on the highest skies. Never did I think that we would end up like this. Think about the times you hurt me, you're my only witness. Still I sit and wait for you to come back and call my name. All for me to say to you that I'm done playing these games.
You spun me in a typhoon, and I feel you're a tempest, blowing gales in my sails. In the pale electric sails, you pin me down like a little
Sorry, I'm back. That was Never Bloom. But I can't. Just looking up the name Lorelei on Austin Facebook gives me far too many results. So I apologize for that. Not a lot for me to do. But I guess until I can find her, we have our sort of care package. Whatever is in here is apparently important enough for me to be dragged back in time. It's a thick binder. Probably weighs about 10 pounds by itself. The front only has an emblem with Yearly Review 1972 on it. Wait. That emblem. That can't be. They weren't active this far back, right? It wasn't until the 90s that they were formed. Sorry, I'm rambling, but this is the Exodus Initiative's emblem. The documents I found on them dated back to the 90s, but this is almost 2 decades beforehand. Maybe I'm not as good at digging as I've been told. I'm scanning this and it's everything. It's rosters, it's blueprints, it's floor plans, everything specific about the Open Eye from back then. It seems the Exodus Initiative was much more of an adversary than I thought. I thought they only had the Squad Zero plan, but no, they were just surveilling the Open Eye so closely. This is a paper fell out. A note. Hold on. Hello there, DJ Generic. Okay, maybe I think I should just start giving people my real name at this point. DJ Generic's very much outliving its welcome. If you're reading this, then you've received this package. If I didn't meet you in person, I apologize. My name is Lorelei, and I'm a friend of a friend. That friend being the Exodus Initiative. Huh. See, a while ago, a member of ours developed the ability to listen into the future, though this technology was limited to radio waves. We were lost in the new wave of music when suddenly we heard you. You were talking about the Open Eye. For years, we never expected their existence to be acknowledged by anyone but us. Yet you were boldly spouting out proof of them. It was both fascinating and horrifying. We heard you mention the end of our organization. That after the Squad Zero mission we would be attacked. We were frankly horrified. We had no clue what to do. At the end, we pooled our development teams and sent a message to the Exodus Initiative of that time, warning them of the attack. Wait, what? Hold on. Holy hell! They're right! The documents are different now! They mark the attack as failing and that they sent off a counter. This is insane. I mean, how does this even work? Did I inadvertently change our timeline? I don't understand. But back to the letter. Because of the warning, the attack was repelled, and as far as we know, the Exodus Initiative stands even in your time. Though they asked us to meet with you instead of them, since they and the Open Eye are quite the enemies now. If you are reading this, then it worked for the best. I hope these documents help you, and in turn help us. Best of luck, DJ Generic. Signed, Lorelei. I really don't know where to go from here. I'm still reeling from the fact that I've indirectly changed time. I mean, think about it. If I hadn't done this show, the Exodus Initiative wouldn't have heard my message, and they still wouldn't have existed. Huh. I mean, there's so many directions that I can go from here. I could find Lorelei, I could go through the binder. I mean, I'll do both. I just don't know where to start. But I guess that's for me to find out. I want to thank you all for tuning in today. Even though I'm still a little disappointed I didn't get many words in with Lorelei, I feel things are getting a bit better. I have a good bit more hope now than before. I think I can do this. I guess it's not just me anymore. Somewhere out there, someone is maybe listening. If you are a member of the Exodus Initiative and you are listening, feel free to get in contact with me. Any help helps. I want to thank you for tuning in. Oh, sorry. Repeating myself, that's not a time loop. My bad. Either way, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Tune in next week for the next episode of Close the Open Eye with me, DJ Generic, here on KVRX 91.7 FM, HD1 and HD2. Oculum Claude, Cora Perry. Oculum Claude, Cora Perry. I'm messing with you. Our final song today will be... There's so many good choices. I think we'll go with Cuchito by Kiltro. I apologize for today's playlist being a bit out of whack. My readings took a bit longer than expected. But here you go. I hope you enjoy.
Hot knives and fever dreams, bashful and bite and flee, strewn glass on balconies, tough love for loveless things. Would wear a face like that, morals and eyes like mine, and these stars come rolling fast. How strongly I leak out. stalks the parapets. My life's a lot like that. Hot straps and cigarettes. If these clothes go blunt and cry, when I'm lame and limp in bed, eyes wide with cataracts, while I'm hunting still you know.
Hi, we're the Umbrellas.
And you're listening to KVRX 91.7.
HD 111.
And 2.
222.
Yeehaw!
Support for this program comes from Hunt-A-Killer, the makers of murder mystery games which immerse players into